had I the heavens embroidered cloths, and wrought with golden and silver light, the blue and the deep, and the dark thoughts of night. And light and half-light, I would spread the folds under your feet. But I, being poor, have only my dreams. I have spread my dreams after your feet. Tread softly, because you tread on my dreams. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending this evening, celebrating life with me, my life, our lives. You have been taught that what does this evening mean? Is it a mere cultural celebration with some fancy names? Or is it an evening with Fatema, our friend, colleague, student, or a cancer survivor? Let me take the opportunity to tell you a little bit about how this evening came into being. I'm all of those who have secretly found the path back into this little, yet vast, time-bound, yet universal. This amazing life is through the strength of human relationships and literature. I have looked about many times while fighting the fights and fought the struggles. And happiness aren't exclusive to me, but everyone has their own. Aren't we all bound by our sorrows? Have I been victorious in all these fights? I happily do not know. What I know is, I have related relationships with you all, a chest full of jewels with faces of my friends and foe, loved and lost ones. I have hunted and gathered you all, my lifelong partners, so what not to celebrate here? If not with you, then who? With your permission, I'd also like to talk about a woman's life. In an ever-evolving country like ours, more correctly, a woman's life over my life. I feel like water. Water does not resist, water flows. Water always goes where it wants, and nothing can stand against it. Water is patient, as Margaret Atwood said. If you cannot go through an obstacle, go around it. Water does. All my life, I waited for a divine call, or you'd rather say, a nature's call, direction to show my path and my brutal and pathetic journey till date, and have been followed likewise. I listened to nature's call indeed, and for all my actions and deeds, and when I heard that call within my heart, I followed afterward. Some are overwhelming, some are bitter, but I took those all as life experiences. So no grudge to offer anybody or anything at all. My destiny has always been full of surprises, and I am all ready to embrace those. As Robert Frost said, poetry is a way of taking life by the throat. I welcome poetry in my life as my living entity. I often ask myself, what in poems that compels me to be engulfed in? Is it magic, or the drumbeat of two hearts in a dramatic meeting? Or is it the charm in the sensuous meadows of the mystery of midnight, the zen silence of mountains, the nostalgia of the rusted drifting leaves, and so on and on? The answer that we can sing for. Life has become bereft of sorrow, as the poet says. Every stroke of paint can be a pain, and all my poems are lyrics of feelings of that pain indeed. It was a struggle when I was first diagnosed with cancer in 2014. I fought it as best as I could. Yet my mind had been filled with thoughts of, what if the next is my last? It was a constant in my mind. To me think of death and what this diagnosis could do to me. There was so much I had to accomplish, so much to do, and so many things to try. To even think about the fact that my life may end before I get to do all this. It was really terrible. It felt like I had been drowning and I could do nothing. And I'm so very grateful for the life that I stood at. So even now, dark thoughts may cross my mind, but the love of my family, my friends, my students, and their unwavering support and encouragement that remind me that I am not alone in this battle. Throughout my journey, I have learned to appreciate the little things in life. The feeling of the cold autumn breeze, the swaying clouds, the color of the spring, and the laughter shared with loved ones. Cancer has taught me the value of each passing moment and the importance of cherishing and living every day to the fullest. Recalling today everything that I have faced so far, all the battles that have been won and all the fears that I overcome. These things wouldn't have been possible without my loved ones and well-wishers' immense support and love, caring as well. Thanks to all of them, from the core of my heart, for helping me keep moving forward with odds and events, with this wonderful journey of life. To everyone, please know that you are invited to this special day because you contributed to being me individually. You are there for me personally, professionally, and emotionally at some crucial point of my life. And therefore, was humbly asked to join me in celebrating my special day. And by acting, gracing this celebration with your presence, kind presence, you have proven to me that you are a bunch of people I can always rely on. This celebration was mine to start a life, but your presence made it a day to cherish forever. I want to thank you and want to know how tremendously grateful I am for having you in my life today and in the future. Thank you so very much, all of you, and I love you all. Thank you.
What can be more beautiful than the honest story of someone's life? I can speak for everyone here that we are honored, Appa, that we were there on the same boat sometime at your life. Thank you. I'd like to humbly request Professor Research Institute for Peace and Liberty, University of Dhaka, and supernumerary professor at the Department of English. Dr. Alam received the Bangla the translation in 2013, and in Fatema Appa's own words, Dr. Alam is a lifelong teacher of hers, and one from whom the love of literature found its way in her life. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Dr. Fakhrul Alam.
Thank you very much, and it's wonderful to be here. Mr. Anand, Fatema, for inviting me to be part of the event. So let me begin by thanking Fatema and saying that I'm very happy to be here. Fatema and I have a few things in common. I thought I'd speak briefly, but these are the things we have in common. We are both students of Haque University. We are part of the extended family, and as are so many of us here. And she's an educator like me. She's taught in schools, universities, and so on. Coincidentally, I didn't know this, she's also a Fulbright scholar in the same university I taught in. I went to Chasm University as a Fulbright scholar in residence in 1989, and then I stayed back for a year as visiting assistant professor. And she's been there, and she's been Fulbright recipient also. I don't share her I'm not a poet, nor was meant to be. But she's a poet, and I love poetry, and it's something I feel very close to. I don't know why the muse doesn't visit me. The muse certainly visits her. So, but I'm happy that the muse visits her. And I noticed from the leaflet we love Rabindranath, and we have this love for Rabindranath. And of course, celebrating life through literature. I think that's the most important one. I can't see my life outside literature, outside English. So we have a lot in common, and I'm glad to be here with a survivor and with somebody with so much, this desire to live and share a full life with all of us. I end by quoting from our poems. The first one, To Strangers, I just read two parts of it. Strangers on an official phone call when our angels locked eyes, and nobody could see their sudden look of surprise. Our angels got restless. They slammed on the brakes, and we learned that love gives more than it takes. I thought that was lovely. Yeah. And then two lines from another poem, evoking done, I think, by newly found love. I wish my words to be potent and powerful. I wish to be a gem for you to explore. So here's the gem. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. What an honor to have you amongst us tonight. Very kindly agreed to sing a song for us. Thank you. We are taking 1 minute for her to prepare. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Now I'd like to request journalist and columnist Zohra Hassan to recite a poem from Fatema. Ladies and gentlemen, Zohra Hassan.
Good evening, and thank you, Wade, thank you, Fatema, for bringing us all together on this wonderful evening. And may I begin by informing all of you by thanking Fatema again for really this program on a special day. It's a special day. She's a Fulbright scholar that reminds us of Senator Fulbright and will bring us together at the EMK Center, which reminds us of Senator Edward F. Kennedy. And on this day, on the 18th of July, it also happens to be the birth anniversary of statesman Nelson Mandela, and you'll bring us together on this particular day. Thank you very much. And it will be my pleasure to go through Fatema's poems, which she emailed me, a good number of poems, and I've been reading them. I've been reading them to myself, I've been reading them out to my wife, and we both appreciated them. Thank you for having me, giving me this opportunity here. So I'll read a few lines here from your poem, from two of your poems, which is mentioned in the brochure. Life is nothing but turbulent blue madness. My heart broke free of earth and took wings into the blue ocean. It flew like a seagull. Nostalgic wind comes rushing from the deep sea. My heart filled with the fragrance of your body coming from the distant horizon. Aroma from blazing sunlight flooded with it. My senses filled with restless, electric, deep, divine desires. And the other one, life burns me up. I am in continuous decay and will end one day. Will decor greatest lean art of man, sculpted in the epitaph of all artistry. So thank you again. It's called every day that we meet a poet. We read poetry almost every day, but coming across poets is a rare experience. So again, thank you, and thanks for everybody here for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. If we had time, we would have asked you to recite more poems, but thank you very much. At this point of time, I'd like to call upon Muhammad Shahada Hussain, a friend and a senior from the Department of English, Haque University of Fatema.
Like you, I too Fatima was very kind to share her poems with me. And I went through them, and this is from the latest book that's yet to be published or yet to be printed, and I'm looking forward to getting a copy of that. I love the poems, read and reread them. It was hard to select something to recite here, but then I found a common theme, and I thought that there were two poems that actually touched on that. It seems at times that the theme of both agony as well as ecstasy seems to be coming in. There is pain, there is reference also to death. So a lot of things are there. It's a cauldron of emotions that's depicted. So I thought, just on that, two poems that depict both of them. So the first one is Alone with Myself. And it goes like this. Probably a lady would have done a better job of this than me, but I'll give it a shot. Our favorite days and nights disappear, like clouds, rains and dews. Lonely robin of adolescent love leaves with broken heart, singing melancholic song. Dazzling sunrise in the sky, I cover the bare face of memory with garland of grief. We disappear like a tune of mystic music in the dewy morning of late winter. Deep down of my barren heart plays nostalgic tune of violin. Night after night, I recollect shadow stains of those memories. I can feel the magic of love. Walks through the corridor of my mind. A brief memory comes, falls, talks, knocks the door of my ears, peeps through the window of my heart. Memories of a momentary day and light appear and disappear. They don't know why I feel a funeral in my brain. I am all alone with pain. So that was the first one. The second one is titled Passion. When I look at you for a moment, I can't speak to prolong as my tongue breaks down, and then a sudden subtle fire races inside my skin. My eyes can't see a thing but a fiery fragments of vision. And I can hear a whirring, whistling, thrumming, all sweaty, shivering, covers me. Then a trembling takes hold all over. I become paler than your giant pink rose, and I myself at the verge of dying. Thank you.
Thank you so much. At this point of time, well, we have heard poetry, we have heard from honorable people. This is a very good time for a song. I would request Joita and Dean to come out on stage and sing a song for us. Thank you so much. It was beautiful. Can I request Fatema to take the stage and share a few thoughts with us? Fatema is the Director, Career and Professional Development Services and Student Affairs, Southeast University.
Good evening, everyone. I don't know where to start actually. My relationship with Fatema is mentor and mentee. I wouldn't say that I was a teacher because I don't have the capacity to say such thing in front of such eminent personality, Dr. Hasan and many others. So actually we grow as a professionally together. I was assigned to groom up a group of teachers who has been selected for the Fulbright program in 2009. I was at the selection panel the program where Fatema has been to the United States and where our journey has started. I was assigned to select new teachers who will truly represent our country, and when she was in front of me, I looked at her, the teeth on her forehead, and I thought, yeah, that's my best candidate. And of course, she did very well at the review. And once she has been to that program, she was placed in Chasm University in South Carolina. And the feedback I have received from the university authority was, I just can express, it's fabulous. And they have given me all the credit, so I take the proud and the privilege to select, Fatema for that program. I think she started her journey as a professional from there, and she has, conducted so many workshops for her fellow teachers at the Wisconsin School, for her students, and many more workshops and in different parts of Bangladesh. Wherever I used to call Fatema that, Fatema, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to hold such workshop, and you're going to be the mentor over there. And she was just there. I never had to call her twice. So this is how she is. Yes, after 2014, when I just got to know that Fatema is not well, physically of course, mentally she's always very strong. So I just told her that it's another journey. You are always a fighter, you are a survivor, and I know you'll be there. And afterwards, I think Fatema started her second journey as a writer, all her books are published after that. She started writing poetry. She did it before, but her publication started taking place after that. So I don't think it has stopped anywhere. I'm very, very proud to be part of her life, and wish you all the best, Fatema. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the beautiful words. Now, I'd like to request Professor Gautam Roy to take the stage. Professor Roy is a curriculum specialist, National Curriculum and Textbook Board.
Good evening, everyone. It's very difficult to say anything in front of Professor Fakrul Alam, eminent columnist Budul Hasan, and poet Kamal Chaudhary. And I'm very privileged to speak a few words in front of you all. Let me start with a story. just 23 years ago, I was conducting a workshop and I met a lady, a teacher from Vikarunda Secondary School. She was bright. I didn't know her then at that time. And once, she was very fussy regarding the Shimara and Cha. We had a fight during the break. We had very limited amount of money, 20 taka per day for tea and snacks. And she retorted, why the workshop organizers couldn't provide me at least some sandwich. They said, madam, we have only 20 taka a day, so please accept it. She retorted. We had some fiery debate whether it is the right thing to offer Shingara and Cha in a workshop day. My mentor then, a British lady, I'm going to speak with her anymore. She's like this. Because she was representing the elite class because she was from Vikarunda School. Literally, I stopped speaking to her, except during this session when she had any question. And then we forgot each other. Just after 10 years, it was the Facebook that brought us together. I was having a very hard time. Fatema called me from Australia, and that lady was making fuss over tea and shingara. Was Fatema. I was surprised to have her call from Australia. We had some good chit chat, and we became some kind of Facebook friend from teacher trainer and teacher relation, and some kind of friendship. And then I came to know that she was writing poems. She changed some poems with me. And once I can remember, she spoke with me nearly 2-3 hours when I was traveling from Khulna. For an emergency, I was coming to Dhaka, and it was a hot day. So I was having serious trouble to come. Why I saying all these things is, I realized there was a kind of transformation in Fatema. That's now elite class lady. She became very sober, supportive, and gradually I started, slowly, commitment to education, study of literature, and writing poems. After 2-3 years, I had 2 books from her as gift. It was a time when we were working together as textbook writers. I understood Fatema took time to grow. In the meantime, she is measured. And while we were working together, I found her a bit unconventional. She didn't mind sitting with me in front of the tea stall beside NCTV. And now we understand that she has 26 publications. When I compare it with my own writing, then I must say I'm a younger poet than Fatema is, because all my academic work, like writing textbooks, research work, this or that, I have only 24 publications, and Fatema has 26. Thank you very much, madam. It's a huge number. I should envy her, though I don't. And it is her privilege. She must be very honored because, as I have come to know that 2 of her books are in library of 4 in progress. So it might be a big dream for many people. I understand that Fatema's poems are not read by many in Bangladesh, but it doesn't matter. Fatema writes with her own pleasures. She writes for herself. She tries to portray her emotion, her love, passion, and whatever ideas she has in her poems. That's great. A day will come when more people will read Fatema's poem. And when I have gone through Fatema's poem, I found life, emotion, passion, positivity, hope, aspirations there. And no doubt, Fatema is an unending source of passionate love. I know how Fatema suffered from her illness, but I'm sure the theme of today's, ceremony, that celebrating life, crossing the chasm with literature, rightly matched with her life because she could pass different chasms in her life with literature. So I wish her all the best and thank you, Fatema, for all the journeys you have taken, and I wish you so many success in the future. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Fatema, what a beautiful thing it is, to live amongst friends and well-wishers. With that thought, let's hear it from Fatema students now. I'd like to request Anil Kasnuba, Senior Program Officer ILO, and Nashim Masabin, Manager at HSBC, to take the stage. But just to mention, tonight, our proudest introduction is, we are the students of Fatema. Ladies and gentlemen, Vithi and Nashim.
So, as Alpha has already mentioned, we are her students, and that's our main identity today. We are going to start with one of her poems. I'm going to recite it now. This life is not mine. I'm alive. In the life of some other gods, I'm alive in the life of plants. In the life of creepers and flowers, as if I am an ancient stone, in the heart of a beautiful moon, a speck of dust, debris, a floating moss, in the heart of the sea. The life that you see is not mine. So we would like to say that yes, the life that we see of Fatema is not only hers, it's also us, our students, that actually completes her life, and it's like, from both ways. We, her students, are so indebted to her because of her being like not only a teacher, she was like a parent to all of us. She was there whenever we need her. It's like a soul-to-soul bond that we don't actually have all the time. And with that, I would also like to say, she is also our wiki buddy as well. We are her wiki, and interestingly, in our English department, all of the main teachers were all of them were wiki. So we always had a very strong connection with our English teachers, and Fatema being herself wiki, and also the way she carries herself, her beautiful face, her outlook, everything. We were like, we still are in love with her. And this connection, it actually went from being a teacher, and then as a wiki, and then it became very personal. Our relationship with her is very emotional, and it's a very special bond we think that we are privileged to have her in our life.
Fatema stands out as an exceptional source of encouragement and inspiration for us. Today, we are here where we are, and this is because for some of the teachers like her, she had the superpower of engaging her students and dragging them into the core of a subject matter. You won't believe what we used to do. So if I can recall, there was a day when she was taking our class, and maybe she was actually telling us something from the Shakespeare. I think this was class 8. Yeah, we were in class 8, and so that was done. We were done with our class, but we were not done with her. So there was another class, a very senior teacher who was her teacher as well. So what we did, we just closed the door, and Appa said, "Don't do this to us, please. Don't do this to me. She's my teacher as well." We said, "Appa, just don't worry. We will manage it. But we want to take this whole class by you." So that kind of a thing she had, and she could make every complex thing into a very simple, easy, bring it to a very simple and easy terms for us. And as also Nasheed mentioned, that the color, the life, I mean, she's full of life always. She's so colorful. We used to love her. The way the style statement of her was something that we really admired a lot. And that way, the color she has also put into her writing, into her poems. So just like to read a few lines from her exceptional creations. অবিরল প্রেম থেকে দূরে সরে যাওয়া দিগন্ত এই জীবন, ভালোবাসা হলুদ প্রজাপতির মতো বাসা বদল করে, প্রেম নিষ্ঠতার জীবনের সঙ্গী মৌন নির্জনতা, বিনিদ্র রাতের উজ্জ্বল নক্ষত্রময় আকাশ সঙ্গী, বসন্তের হালকা নীল পালক পরা পাখি, সোনালী হরিণ স্বপ্নের মতো কাছে টানে।
You already know many of her achievements, so we wanted to share some of her achievements, but not the usual ones. It's about how as a teacher she actually mesmerized us throughout our student life and still now. So as Ricky already said, that her classes were like magical. I also remember a similar experience that once she was telling us something, or maybe she was taking a class, but we never felt that she was actually taking a class, because it's like it's her voice. Personally, I'm very fond of her voice. Whenever I hear her voice, it's like music to my ears. And on that very class, she was sharing some experiences probably, and it was like the classes ended, but we were so mesmerized. It was like that the dream has been broken, something like that. We were inside a dream, and when the bell rang, it's like heart broke. Our heart broke that she will leave us now. So this is the kind of teacher she was to us, and I already mentioned that it has the relationship that we have with her. It has been changing. First she was our teacher, then she became our mentor. Now she's like a friend of us. We share everything. She is like our life coach. And one more thing that I would like to tell about her is that we also learn a lot from her strength. The strength she shows from her life, her struggles. We know bits and pieces of her struggles, maybe not all, but some we know. And the way she faced it, the way she fought with all the things life threw at her, we just see and watch and learn how to face life. So it's a great thing. We are proud to have someone like her as in our life. So I would like to end our story with one of our Bangla poems. So it's Noka by Fatema Zohra. এখন কোথায় তোমাকে খুঁজবো ফিরে, কোন পক্ষীতে ফিরবে তোমার নাও, এতদিনকার কবিতার পাতা ছিঁড়ে আমরা পারিনি একখানা নৌকাও, পেরেছি কেবল হাত ছেড়ে দিতে মাঝে, যেখানে আগুন নিয়ে যাবে তোমাকেও, যেদি মানুষেরই এইভাবে যাওয়া সাজে, একা যাচ্ছ তো পথঘাট দেখে যেও। সময়ের এই অসময়ে ডাকাডাকি, অস্থির ভার নিতে চাইছে না জলও। কিছু লেখা হলো, অনেক লেখাই বাকি। তোমার কলম কাকে দিয়ে যাবে বলো? ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you very much, Abba, for being there in our life and teaching us what we are today. Thank you.
Thank you very much for resonating the thoughts and love of thousands of students, not only in Bangladesh, but around the world. Now, I'd like to invite Dr. Jahan Bobby, Principal, Morningville International School, to recite the poem for us.
আজ নদীর নন্দিনী শুভঙ্করের গল্প শোনাব। কলমে আছে আজকের অনুষ্ঠানের মধ্যমণি ফাতেমা জোহরা হক। ধন্যবাদ আপাকে আমাকে এই অনুষ্ঠানে আমন্ত্রণ জানানোর জন্য। নন্দিনী শুভঙ্কর তো অনেক হল, এই তোমায় আমায় নিয়ে আরেকটি কথোপকথন লিখলে কেমন হয় বলো? শুভঙ্কর আজকাল বড্ড হিসেবে, নন্দিনী অনেকটা বুঝতাম, উথাল পাথাল প্রেমের সাগরে ভাসলেও সামনে নিয়েছে নিজেদের। নন্দিনীকে কোনো বেগ পেতে হয় না শুভঙ্করের কাছে পৌঁছতে, শুধু সময়টাকে বাগে পাওয়া যায়। শুভঙ্করের সেই ছেলে মানুষই প্রতিযোগিতা আজও ঠিক তেমনি আছে, শুধু যোগ হয়েছে ইচ্ছের সাথে খণ্ডযুদ্ধ। লোডশেডিংয়ের সময় কাপড় পাল্টাতে গিয়ে আজও নন্দিনী কেঁপে কেঁপে ওঠে। বাতাসে অন্ধকারে শুভঙ্করের সুমধুর উপস্থিতি সে টের পায়। শুভঙ্করের খিদে পেশটার ডালপালা আজও নয়, আজও নন্দিনীর লাজুক আচরণ। তাই বুঝি শুভঙ্করের অভিলাষ পরের জন্মে 10 দিগন্তে অন্ধকার হবার। শুভঙ্করের জন্য আজও নন্দিনী কোন এক কফি হাউসে অপেক্ষা করে। হাজারো কৌতূহলী চোখে সুতীব্র চাকুরি সে উপেক্ষা করে। শুভঙ্করের কথা রাখতে এবার ভুল করে না, পৌঁছতে খানিকটা দেরিয়ে যায়। শুভঙ্করকে আজও খুব নিয়মান লাগে। নন্দিনীর কাছে শুভঙ্করের সরল স্বীকারোক্তি আজও যেটুকু বাগান ছিল শৈশবের সঙ্গে ছড়ে গেছে। আজও নন্দিনীর প্রিয় ফুলের নাম দুঃখ, প্রিয় নদীর নাম বেদনা, প্রিয় গাছের নাম দীর্ঘশ্বাস, যে কোনো নক্ষত্রের নাম অশ্রু। আজও শুভঙ্করের চমৎকার ভবিষ্যৎবাণী। নন্দিনী থাকবে সোনার পালঙ্কে গায়ে দিয়ে, ঝর্ণার জলে স্নান, ফোয়ারার জলে কুলকুচি ইত্যাদি ইত্যাদি। আজও নন্দিনী বাড়ি ফিরে কাঁদে। আর শুভঙ্কর কবিতা লিখে শুনে। আজও শুভঙ্করের মাঝে মাঝে ডাকাত হবার ইচ্ছে করে। নন্দিনী তাতে থাকে মৌন সম্মান। আজও শুভঙ্কর নন্দিনী অনন্তকাল ধরে ঝিঁকি পোকার মতো কথা বলে, তাদের কথাও শেষ হয়ে ওঠে না কখনো। আজও তারা শুকনো বাঁশপাতার মতো ঘুরছে, অথচ কেউ কাউকে আপনার করে পায় না। নন্দিনী আজ পরবাসী, শুভঙ্কর পরদেশী। এই নতুন নন্দিনী আর শুভঙ্কর আজ আত্মার কাছে বাঁধা, ভালোবেসে পরমাত্মার খোঁজে। ধন্যবাদ সবাইকে।
Thank you very much. country. Mr. Chaudhary is a poet. He was also the former Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister and winner of the Ekushe Bottle 2022, Bangla Academy Literature Award 2011. He has also won the National Film Award in 2019 as the Best Lyricist.
আজকের যে আয়োজন এটি জীবনকে উদযাপনের আয়োজন এবং আমরা সবাই মিলে ফাতেমা জোহরা হাকের সঙ্গে জীবনকে উদযাপন করছি এবং এরকম একটি চমৎকার এবং আনন্দঘন আয়োজনে আমি ভাবছিলাম যে আমাকে আমন্ত্রণ জানানোর তো একটা সূত্র নিশ্চয়ই আছে, কারণ এখানে যারা আছেন তারা সবাই ইংরেজি বিভাগের প্রার্থী এবং আমি একমাত্র কিছুক্ষণ আগে আমি ফাতেমাকে বলছিলাম সম্ভবত আমি হচ্ছে একমাত্র লেফট আউট। আমি জানি না আমার মতো দু চারজন লোক থাকতেও পারে, আমি একটু হাত তুলছি। তো এরকম একটা সমাবেশ একটা সূত্র তো আছে, সেটা একটু বলি যে আসলে তার আগে ফাতেমাকে অনেক অনেক অভিনন্দন এবং শুভেচ্ছা যে আমাকে আমন্ত্রণ জানানোর জন্য এবং কিছু কথা বলার সুযোগ দেওয়ার জন্য। আমি আসলে একটা সময় সরকারি চাকরি করতাম, দীর্ঘ 34 বছর সরকারি চাকরি করেছি। সেই সময়টা ফাতেমার সঙ্গে আমার পরিচয়। সে খুব ভালো অনুবাদ করে, অতুল স্যার আছেন, দেশের খ্যাতিমান অনুবাদ আছেন। তো ফাতেমাকে সেভাবে আসলে আমি প্রথম জানি এবং আমি খুবই বলবো যে সম্মানিত এই জন্য যে আমার কিছু কবিতা ফাতেমা অনুবাদ করেছে, সেটি হচ্ছে প্রথম সূত্র আমার ধারণা। এবং আমার একটা বই, বেশ কয়েকটি কবিতা গ্রন্থ আমার নিজেরও প্রকাশিত হয়েছে। তো একটি বই হচ্ছে দি স্টোরি অফ বোলস এন্ড আদার পোয়েমস। এই হাড়ের গল্প আমার একটা কবিতা আছে, তো সেটি যে অনুবাদ, সে অনুবাদ গ্রন্থটি পাঠক সমাজ প্রকাশ করেছে। ওই বইটি নিয়ে ফাতেমা খুব চমৎকার একটা আলোচনা লিখেছে, সেই আলোচনাটা ডেইলি স্টারে প্রকাশিত হয়েছে। আমি সত্যি খুব এটাকে বলা যায় যে তার আলোচনাটা পড়ে আমার খুব ভালো লেগেছে, কারণ তাতে একটা গভীর অবলোকন যেটাকে বলে ভিতর থেকে দেখা সেটি আছে। এবং সেজন্য আমি আজকে তাকে আরো বেশি ধন্যবাদ জানাই, অনেকদিন পরে হলেও যদিও মধ্যে আমাদের দেখা হয়েছে। তো সেটি আসলে সূত্র। এবং এরপরে ফাতেমা কবিতা লেখা শুরু করলো এবং আগেও লিখেছে, আমার সঙ্গে জানাটা কবিতার সূত্রে সেটা। তো সেভাবে আসলে সত্যিকার অর্থে একজন কবি হিসেবে কিংবা লেখক হিসেবে আজকে আমি আপনাদের সামনে কিছু কথা বলতে পারছি, সেজন্য খুবই আমি সম্মানিত বোধ করছি। ফাতেমা কবিতা লেখে একটা কথা একটু বলি, এখানে যারা আছেন তারা সবাই অনেক ইংরেজি সাহিত্যের ছাত্র বা ছাত্রী বা শিক্ষার্থী বা একসময় পড়াশোনা করেছেন। কবি হওয়া যায়, এটা মেরি অলিভার নামে একজন আমেরিকান বিখ্যাত লেখক আছে, আপনারা তার লেখা হয়তো অনেকে পড়েছেন। তার একটা বইও আছে ক্রিয়েটিভ রাইটিং এর উপরে, তার অনেক লেখালেখি আছে এবং একসময় একটা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ে পড়াতেন, তবে তিনি প্রয়াত হয়েছেন। তিনি লিখেছেন যে কবির জন্ম, কবিতা কাউকে শেখানো যায় এবং যা শেখানো যায় না সেটি কি করতে হয়, সেটি শিখে নিতে হয়। এটি শিখে নিতে হলে আসলে যে বিষয়টি সেটি হচ্ছে যে কবিতা, যেটাকে আমরা ক্রাফট বলি কিংবা কৌশল কিংবা বলা যেতে পারে যে আমরা আঙ্গিক বলি, এসব বিষয়গুলোকে আসলে শিখে নিতে হয়। আপনি কি করছে একজন কি ধরনের শব্দ ব্যবহার করবেন, তার ডিকশনটা কিরকম হবে, কিংবা তিনি তার টোনটাকে তিনি কিভাবে সাজাবেন, এই বিষয়গুলো আছে। সেই বিষয়গুলো আসলে একজন কবি নিজেই নিজের ভিতর থেকে তৈরি করে, সেটা একটা আলাদা বিষয়। তো আমরা আসলে এই কথাগুলো আমার বলার পেছনে আসলে একটা কারণ আছে, সেটি হলো যে আমি এখানে তোমার কয়েকটা কবিতা এখানে দেওয়া আছে, কিছু অংশ বিশেষ দেওয়া আছে। যেমন ধরুন যে রবীন্দ্রনাথের একটা কবিতা আছে যে আমার চেতনা অনেক পান্না হলো সবুজ, চুরি হয়ে উঠলো নাগা হয়ে। এটা যদি একজন সাধারণ পাঠক তাকে যদি এই বিষয়টা আমরা ব্যাখ্যা করতে বলি, তিনি বলবেন যে রবীন্দ্রনাথ তো এটা এখানে নিজেকে আরোপ করতে গিয়ে অতিশয়োক্তি করেছে, কারণ পান্না তো এমনিতেই হচ্ছে, রবীন্দ্রনাথের তো এখানে তো আসলে কোনো কাজ নেই। কিন্তু ইংরেজিতে আসলে এটিকে বলে ফিগারেটিভ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ, অর্থাৎ যে কবিতার যে ইমেজ কিংবা যে রূপক বা উপমা, এইগুলো আমরা যেগুলো বলি এই যে বিষয়গুলো, এই বিষয়গুলোকে আসলে অনুধাবন করতে হলে খুব গভীর থেকে কবিতাকে সামনে নিয়ে আসতে হবে। এখন একজন পাঠক যখন আমি কয়েকটা লাইন পড়ছি ঘটনা, সেটা হচ্ছে অলৌকিক স্বপ্ন দিয়ে মধ্যরাতে ভেসে ওঠে আমাকে নিয়ে, অলৌকিক স্বপ্ন দিয়ে মধ্যরাত ভেসে ওঠে আমাকে নিয়ে, জ্যোৎস্নায় অট্ট হাসিতে ভেসে যায় আমার অভিমানী চুল। এই যে অভিমানী চুল, চুল আবার কেন অভিমানী? চুল তো উড়ন্ত হতে পারে, কিন্তু এই যে অভিমান, এটি হচ্ছে ফিগারেটিভ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ। ভেতরের যে ভাষাটা, অর্থাৎ রূপকটাকে, রূপক এবং উপমা সব একই রকম আপনারা জানেন, কিন্তু এটাকে এমন একটা ভাষার ভেতরে তৈরি করতে হবে যখন মনে হবে যে শব্দের যে আসলে যেটাকে আমরা বলি যে কনটেশন, সেটা একটা ভিন্ন মাত্রা, আলাদা মাত্রা, সেটা চলে যায়। এবং এই জায়গাটা আমার খুব ভালো লেগেছে এবং আমি আসলে উদ্ধৃত করলাম যে জ্যোৎস্নার অর্থ হাসিতে ভেসে যায় আমার অভিমানী চুল। এই জায়গাটাতে আমার মনে হয় যে কবিতার যে কৌশল, কবিতার যে আঙ্গিক, কবিতার যে প্রকরণ এবং কবিতার যে অন্তর্নিহিত শব্দ কিংবা যে কণ্ঠস্বর যে আলাদা করে তোলার যে একটা প্রচেষ্টা, সেটা কিন্তু তার ভিতরে আছে। এবং সেই জন্যই আমার মনে হয় যে কবি হিসেবে ফাতেমা জোহরাকে আমরা আজকে উচ্চারণ করতে পারি। আরেকটি বিষয় আমি এখানে একটু শেয়ার করি, সেটি হচ্ছে যে সারা পৃথিবী এখন দুটো ভাষায় লিখছে। একটি হচ্ছে তার নিজের মাতৃভাষা কিংবা তার ফার্স্ট ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ, যেটাকে বলি সব ফার্স্ট ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজের মাতৃভাষা হবে, তারপরেও আমরা ধরে নিয়েছি যে এটা মাতৃভাষায় লেখা। এবং আরেকটি হচ্ছে ইংরেজি ভাষায়। তবে ফ্রাঙ্কোফোন কান্ট্রি লোকজন বলবে যে না না, আমরা তো ইংরেজি ভাষায় লিখি না। মিলাদ কুন্ডাকে জিজ্ঞেস করলে বলবে যে না, আমি তো মাতৃভাষা ছেড়ে আমি তো ফরাসি ভাষা লেখা শুরু করেছি। কিন্তু এটি সত্য যে আসলে বেশিরভাগ পৃথিবী এখন এই দুটো ভাষায় লিখছে। সাউথ এশিয়া তো অবশ্যই লিখছে, এবং যে কারণে গায়ত্রী চক্রবর্তী স্পিভাক তার একটা লেখায় কিছুদিন আগে বলেছেন যে আমরা সবাই এক ধরনের ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ করে রূপান্তরিত হয়েছে, ওটা দুটো ভাষা আমরা লিখছি। এই দুটো ভাষা লিখতে গেলে যেটি ঘটছে, অর্থাৎ আমরা যারা বাংলায় লিখছি, আমাদের কবিতাগুলো, আমাদের যে লিটারেচার লেখা, সেটা কিন্তু ইংরেজিতে যে অনুবাদ কিংবা অন্য ভাষা অনুবাদ, অর্থাৎ যেটা আমাদের টার্গেট ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ, যেটা সে অনুবাদের জায়গাটাতে একটা গ্যাপ থেকে যাচ্ছে। অর্থাৎ যে ভাষাটাকে আমি, ভাষা তো দুইটা, আপনারা সবাই জানেন যে দুটা ভূমিকা আছে। একটি হচ্ছে যে ভাষা সংস্কৃতি মাধ্যম হিসেবে কাজ করে, আর একটা কমিউনিকেশনের মাধ্যম হিসেবে কাজ করে। অর্থাৎ যোগাযোগ, আমরা যখন কথা বলি সেটা আমরা যখন বাইরে যাই, আমরা ইংরেজি ভাষায় কথা বলার চেষ্টা করি, অর্থাৎ আমরা নিজেরা সেভাবে তাদের সঙ্গে যোগাযোগ করার চেষ্টা করি। কিন্তু যদি আমরা লিঙ্গুইস্টিক পার্সপেক্টিভ দেখি, অর্থাৎ যেটাকে আমরা বাংলায় বলি নৃভাষা বৈজ্ঞানিক দৃষ্টিকোণ, তাহলে আমরা হচ্ছে একটি কমিটি হিসেবে সারা পৃথিবীতে বাঙালি আপনাকে বলে একটি কমিটি। তো সেই কমিটি হিসেবে আমরা যে অবস্থানে আছি সারা পৃথিবীতে, এটা মনে রাখতে হবে যে বাঙালিরা হচ্ছে থার্ড লার্জেস্ট এথনিক কমিউনিটি ইন দ্য ওয়ার্ল্ড, এবং আমরা থার্ড লার্জেস্ট এথনিক কমিউনিটি সারা পৃথিবী। কিন্তু যদি আমরা কমিউনিকেশনের মাধ্যম হিসাবে ধরি, অর্থাৎ আমরা যদি এটাকে কালচারাল দৃষ্টিকোণ থেকে দেখি তাহলে তৃতীয়, কিন্তু যদি আমরা যোগাযোগের মাধ্যম হিসাবে ধরি তাহলে কিন্তু সারা পৃথিবীতে ইংরেজি হচ্ছে এক নম্বর। স্বাভাবিকভাবে আমরা 6 বা 7 নম্বরে আমাদের অবস্থান। এই দুটো জায়গায় একটা সমন্বয় করা, অর্থাৎ একটা ব্রিজ তৈরি করা, সেতু বন্ধ তৈরি করা, সেটা খুব জরুরি। এবং ফাতেমা যে কাজটা করছে সেটা হচ্ছে বাংলাতেও লিখছে এবং ইংরেজিতেও লিখছে। যেহেতু বাংলাতে লিখছে, তার নিজের সংস্কৃতিটা সে ভালো করে জানে, এবং বাংলায় যে আমরা উপমা বা আমরা যে শব্দ ব্যবহার করছি, সে প্রত্যেকটা শব্দে কিন্তু আলাদা আলাদা কিন্তু দোলনা আছে, যেটাকে বলে নোয়েন্স আছে, সেটা সেটাকে আমরা কিভাবে ব্যবহার করবো সেটা যদি একজন লেখক জানেন তাহলে তিনি যখন অন্য ভাষা অনুবাদ করবেন সেই ভাষার ভেতরে কিন্তু সেই বিষয়টাকে সঞ্চার করতে পারবে। এই কাজটা খুব সুন্দর করে সে করতে পারে। এই জন্যে যে দুটো ভাষাতে তিনি পারঙ্গম, দুটো ভাষা তিনি ভালো জানেন এবং আমি মনে করি যে এটা হচ্ছে তাকে সেলিব্রেট করার আরেকটা বড় দিক। ফাতেমাকে আমি সেই দিক থেকে অভিনন্দন জানাই। আমার মনে হয় যে আমি বেশি দীর্ঘ হয়ে যাচ্ছে, সেই দীর্ঘ আমার একটা অভ্যাস খারাপ হয়ে গেছে। একটা সময় আমি শিক্ষা মন্ত্রণালয়ে চাকরি করতাম, শিক্ষামন্ত্রী মহোদয় আমি বিভিন্ন জায়গায় যখন কথা বলতে যেতাম, শিক্ষামন্ত্রী মহোদয় উনি বলতেন আমি কিন্তু সংক্ষেপে বক্তৃতা করতে পারি। এটা বলে তিনি বলতেন আজকে আমি চেষ্টা করবো একটু সংক্ষেপে করতে, তো তারপরে দেখতাম যে 40-45 এরকম হয়ে যাবে, মিনিট হয়ে যাবে। আমি এবার সেই সময় চিকিৎসার দায়িত্ব পালন করেছি, আমি একটু কম যাই, সেজন্য আমারও কাছাকাছি সময় চলে যেত। আমি শেষ করে বুঝি এবং আমি সেটা শেষ করতে যাচ্ছি। তবে আইন শেষ করার আগে ফাতেমা তার যে বক্তব্য সেটা উল্লেখ করেছেন রবার্ট ফ্রস্টের কবিতার কথা। আমারও খুবই প্রিয় কবি। Roots are lovely that can be, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. অরণ্য গভীর সুন্দর অন্ধকার, সম্মুখে যোজন যোজন পথ, কিন্তু নিদ্রার আগে পাড়ি দিতে হবে সেই পথ, কিন্তু নিদ্রার আগে পাড়ি দিতে হবে সেই পথ। আমি বিশ্বাস করি ফাতেমা নিদ্রার আগে সেই পথ পাড়ি দেবে। সবাইকে অনেক অনেক শুভেচ্ছা, ভালো থাকবেন। ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you very much, sir. That was very valuable words for Fatima and for us to hear. At this point of time, let's hear another song. I'd like to request you in on stage with the musician team.
Thank you very much, Zohra, for taking that last minute request. Now it is time for a dance performance. I would like to call upon Lavani Mona to take the stage and would request our organizing team to clear the stage for that. I'd like also to mention the song arrangements were created with the songs that Fatema loves.
এখন দেখাতে পাচ্ছি না, দেখতে পাবেন আমার পরে।
Thank you very much, Mona. That was an amazing depiction of the songs. At this point of time, we'd like to hear from Fatema's family. I'd like to call upon Anish to take the stage and say a few words for us.
Here. Neil, friends, family.
Okay. So while we decide, I'm going to wait for that a little bit. So let's hear it from friends then. I'd like to call upon Neil Imtiaz Pavel to say a few words. Neil is a filmmaker and art and violence researcher. He has been instrumental to organize this event as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil. I also request the organizers to put up the dais on the stage, please.
beautiful good evening. I hope you are ready to come back to words again after this beautiful music and dancing performance. Uh, Basically, I also personally wonder why I am a friend to Fatema, because I'm a totally, not only I'm not from English, but also I am not from, like as dear Professor said, like a lot of things of my life and practices actually don't match with her. But still, actually, it's always nature's magic. And that's why I would like to start with one of her recent texts that I came across. I think within that text you might see some link, as I see, of the friendship that we develop. I have forgotten that I myself am the very embodiment of magic. I have been searching outside of myself for the guidance, wisdom, and inherent power I already possess. The gateway to unleashing my true potential lies within me. It is wellspring of innate wisdom that resides in my soul, patiently waiting to be heard. Through the mystical language of self-awareness, I can tap into this inner wisdom and translate the call of my soul. The soul becomes a mirror, reflecting the depths of my being and revealing the paths that lead to my own unique magic. And when I combine this with the transformative power of ritual, I enter a sacred space where I can engage with my deep mind and innate knowing, initiating profound transformation. If I am ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment, I must awaken the magic that resides within me and unleash my true potential. As I said, basically, few things of her life, as I came to know, has touched me immensely. And out of those few things, one of the major things I would like to mention here is the young child. I would like to call it a child of 15 years old, turned into a child bride. In this modern, world, and when she is already 16, not even 17, she has got her first child also in her lap, and then our Anish, who is about to talk soon, is second to be in her lap. So this is, I thought that this is very important in terms of a person's becoming. And another thing I came to know about, because our time is very short, so I won't go into detail. Another thing touches me very much. When I heard about those New York, New Jersey commuting of her all alone during a 24-hour cycle, where she was undergoing her complicated therapies, which was not only making her numb physically but also burned and devastated, whereby she was unaccompanied almost. It used to be unaccompanied. So some of these journeys, those would be early 90s, and then these would be 2014, 15, 16, across this span of life. And finally, this is the stage where she feels like she actually has been reborn. And she feels like she was not interested to share her book, distribute her books, as some of our writers and poets do, that basically they call upon such program and ultimately they promote their books and stuff. But she didn't do that intentionally, because she really wanted, something inside her was really having this urge to share this facts of this very hard living with friends and family members like you. And who actually matters? Not only you sitting inside this room, but also the people talking outside on the. I hope during your tea or late tea and coffee, you will have to you can have a look over what they are saying. A few more words I would like to just touch upon, which actually would resonate and resemblance what you said, like the word transformation, the word observation. Her observation power actually encourages me. You know, often, I mean, I'm a diehard lover of nature, diehard analyst of anything that is harming and hurting on any beings or these natural entities. But her observation power is even deeper. So that actually fulfills me when I have the opportunity to spend time with her. So this observation power is leading to that transformation, I think, with all the life's happenings and events, which are often bitter, but ultimately is leading to that transformation. And I think at the same time, I sometimes, I'd like to tell even her that your view of achieving as well as justifying aesthetics is quite opposite from mine, because I see aesthetics into the opposite things. That so-called ugliness, so-called darkness, so-called shocking stuff. Eventually that's how my life's journey began. Because whatever society, family, state and everything teaches us, I gradually tried to pull myself out of it. So আমি খুঁতের মধ্যে সৌন্দর্য খুঁজি, আর ও খুব সত্যি সত্যি সুন্দরের মধ্যে সৌন্দর্যকে পূজা করে। তা আমি বলি যে দেখো তোমার জার্নি আর আমার জার্নিটা একটু different, but I believe that there is a very close linkage between these two polars. That's why this is happening. And two things, the close one, definitely Anish must be knowing. Two things I must mention, that is her association with water and music. And if you put her in water, she will be worse than a little kid. You cannot take her out. And I don't know. My first time I left my house, not like আমাকে বলতে হবে আমি প্রথমবার বাড়ি থেকে পালিয়ে গিয়েছিলাম আমার বাবার মাঠে, কারণ আমি পানির মধ্যে এত বেশি সময় ছিলাম যে he couldn't take it and he beat me like hell, and আমি বাড়ি থেকে পালিয়ে গেছিলাম। ওইরকম একটা ওকে পানিতে ফেললে প্রতিদিন ওরকম করবে, ওকে। And then second thing is the music thing. She starts her, actually she ends her day with music, as I hear. They know better because they live, Anish and others live with that. The music, she sleeps with music, then wake up with music, and whenever I had time with her, I see like she can keep singing like hours and hours. So something has to do with this. I believe something has to do with this in terms of her, I call it prolific producer of, when I say, oh, you are a literary artist, and then she said, no, I'm not an artist, she has this humble acknowledgement of herself that she doesn't, she personally doesn't yet acknowledge herself boldly, that because I think because she has a very big dream to reach there, where she can really say that yes, now I am that, what I always wanted to be. I think the people who have seen her more can tell more deeply about that. I'm still wondering. But my also, like, this is my last sentence, that like my introduction with her, like my acquaintance with her began at Lalon Shanji's place, all of a sudden. It was she picking me. I was in Lungi and then Gamsa and everything stuff. She picked me there. And then gradually after this 7 to 8 years, this friendship actually developed. So I think this anecdotes I left somewhere to rediscover your acquaintance. So this would really help you, and I am sure I am not the total thing. Anish is going to be the person who will be putting more gels, more cements in it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a very observant way to rediscover Appa's life and relationships. It is very difficult to talk about family, especially when it's your mother. I think Anish is about ready to talk about a little bit about Fatema.
And when I used to go proper at school, every day our routine was from home we left at 7:15. We went to Big Misa, we dropped her, and then we went to our school. So from an early childhood, I've always seen how adored and loved she was by all her students. Every time our car entered the gates of Big Misa, it would be covered by all her students, waiting to greet her, to welcome her, and to wish her a good morning. So until I was an adult, I didn't understand why that was. But now I know that it's because of her love and passion for education and for English, both literature and language. What else can I add? I've tried to follow in her footsteps. My mother was a teacher. My mother was a student at Misa, and then she became a teacher. I've done the same thing. I've taught at the university I graduated from, and also after coming back to Bangladesh, I taught at the school I went to as a student in BIT. My mother's few things I would add about my mother is it doesn't take a lot to make my mother happy. A little bit of rainfall, a cup of tea, a piece of paper, and a pen is all it takes. And she'll, keep on writing stories and novels and a few bits and pieces of poetry here and there. And I can prove from my text messages, even if it rains at 1 a.m. and if she sees me awake, she'll send me a text message. It's true, it happens a lot. Another one of my favorite things about my mother is she's not just a friend to me, she's a friend of my friends as well. My friends always feel free to go to her or call her about any advice they need, any help they need, even when I'm not in the country. So she's not just my mother and friend, she's the mother and friend of all my classmates and my friends as well. She has taught me a lot in the last 31 years of my life, from how to deal with pain, how to deal with love and heartbreak, and how to manage your time well and become a good person. What else can I say? I'm afraid of public speaking, so I'm not so confident. Yeah, no.
Anish, if you may, I have forgotten you may shed some light over your lineage, like your Nanu and Dadu, how they actually shaped her, and that is actually present in your family.
Yes, my grandparents were both highly educated, and the importance of education has been bestowed upon my mother through them, of course, and then my father as well had a big part to play in my mother's education. He always encouraged her to study, even after marriage, even after she had me and my brother. My father was always there to drop her at uni and always help her out any way he could. Unfortunately, he and my brother are not able to make it here today, but I'm sure they wish the best and bless my mom as much as they can. And that's it. Let's finish here on a good note.
Thank you so much, Anish. Who else but a son could see his mother like that? It was beautiful. Thank you, Anish. Well, last but not the least, how can we conclude this evening without hearing a poem by the poet herself, Fatema Zohra? Can I request Fatema to take the stage and say a few words and recite a few poems for us? Ladies and gentlemen, the lady of the hour, Fatema Zohra.
Thank you very much for all of your kind words. I'm much humbled and grateful for everything, whatever you said today. Thank you, sir, so very much. One thing I would like to tell you, when I translated your poem, and that was being published in Daily Star, you called me early in the morning, very early in the morning. I was, no, that was very early. I was in the class, first period there, and all of a sudden I got a call from Principal Appa, and because he called me repeatedly and they couldn't get it, then he called to the school authority, and then Principal Appa called me and said, you have a call, come sure, and then I said, I'm taking a class, I cannot go. And then again they came and said, Education Secretary has called you, you better come down, but you don't have to take the class at this time. I said, no, I have to finish. My girls are listening to me, let me finish the class, then I'll go and talk to him. Then I went down, and then from the principal's room, I called you back, and then he congratulated me and said that, you know, Fatima, what happened? The Delhi Star, your criticism on my critique on my book, some of my fellow friends, senior colleagues, they just appreciated it a lot, and I thought I'd rather call you personally and tell you that how happy I am for your translation, and that's why I called you. And everybody was in the teacher's room. My fellow colleagues were saying, "তোমার চাকরি শেষ আজকে। তুমি education secretary ডেকেছে, তুমি যাওনি on time, তোমার চাকরি আর নেই." I said, "Okay, it's okay. If it happens that way, let it be." But thank you so very much for a kind word. I know. You didn't know that. I was taking classes then. Thank you so very much for all the kind words that you have said. I'm really touched. And we are running out of time, I know. And Chasm is giving me ugly looks, I know, because it's time to wrap up. Okay, when woman becomes poet, all the burning hearts of women, unappeased, shine like great stars. Like flowers of fire, the sun goes and darkness opens all desire. As others, I'm with the fire's compassion seized like grows in all its forms. Don't know where to sow, where to plow, where to kill the passion or let it leave. This learning to be a woman, betrayed by years of confused living. How I wish to love, though I'm too busy with my own feelings. I've spent whole life to discover a great mother, not a lover in me, delicate as that burden was, and so supremely lovely. But when I found inward a fearful isolation, I asked myself, did anyone succeed or learn to lay my hands more gently, more subtly on the burning sense, to come to the place where a woman becomes poet? Arctic Showman's Quarter, Global Character Quarter. And I'm very happy, Taslima, I connected আমার senior আপা English department. She's a poet herself, and ওনার অনেক কত বই দেশে বিদেশে পাবলিশ হয়েছে, ওনার লেখা ম্যাক্সিমাম বাইরের কান্ট্রিতে পাবলিশ হয়, যেটা আমাদের হয় না. So I'm very happy that Taslima managed her time to come over here. A hymn to the soulmate. Where were you? From which unknown land did you come to my bosom? While passing a big pond, I saw your reflection on the face of the lotus, letting out a yearning cry from my heart. At the time of tide in the river, would you come into my bosom as waves of love? I don't quite understand. Oh Lord, why I feel so restless. The sky, the air, the earth, as if they all say, you are mine, you are mine. Just the other day, you were in my bosom. You are mine, you are mine. The rainy sky roars, letting the sparkling lightning. The sky says, you are mine forever. Just the other day, you were a bird in the open sky. Just the other day, you were a bird in the blue sky. The wind says, rubbing its hand on my forehead, you are mine, you are mine. Come into my arms. The fields, trees, pond, rivers, grass, dewdrops keep calling me. Whatever I see, it all seems like yours reflection. The whole universe sways me back and forth in its lap. Still, dear, loving you the most, it's you who pervades the whole universe. Why all these tears flowing then out of my dried eyes? Who says, you are mine, you are mine? Thank you so very much. Now, Anifa, what can I say about this girl? She is my everything I can say. She is really busy person in her respective area, but she managed to give all the time. Whenever I call her, this bunch of, please come over here. Please, all of you, please come over here. I would love to have a, come on the stage. This is the last. Come over here. They're all very beautiful girls. Neil, come here. You are there? You're not the girl, but তুমি তো বন্ধু, তুমি ছিলে এই জমিতে। তাহলে আসো, আসো, come here. আচ্ছা, এটা হচ্ছে ভিক্টোরিয়াস বাঞ্চ। আমি হলাম সিনিয়র ওদের ভিকি। হাই, জয়িতা কই? Army.
I know the MC's and the host job is the most harshest one because she has to say the things that nobody likes to hear, and that's what I'm going to say now. Thank you very much, everyone. With that, we do have to conclude the program. Thank you very much, Haque, for
আমাদের সময় কি কোথায় গেল? তাসিন? হ্যালো? আমাদের সময় কি শেষ? সুন্দর সময়, আমাদের সুন্দরতম সময়গুলো কেন তাড়াতাড়ি শেষ হয়ে যায়? তাসিন? শেষ সময়? আচ্ছা, thank you so much. Come over here, please. Magna, come here. She's also one of the Vickies, and she works here in the EMK Center. I'm very proud of her. She's academically excellent. In 12 years, none have had got that result that she has achieved. In 12 years in fine arts, in academically. She's also become a student. Thank you very much. I'm a proud mother. Thank you for coming over here. I just seek your blessings, and I hope you keep continuing doing that. I love you all. Aniappa, could you please come over here, please?